What's up guys, RuppDat here. I bet you did not think you would be seeing anything from me again, and perfectly honest, I wouldn't blame you. After all, it has been, what, a year and a half now since I've done anything? Of course you've probably noticed this. Yes, this is, I've been growing my hair out. Reason being is for cosplay purposes for later in the year, but that's not on the agenda for today. Just kind of walking around outside just to try to clear my head, I guess, while I do this, just because I've been trying to think of how I wanted to present this for quite some time, because, well, this update is long overdue. In fact, it is probably too long overdue if you ask me. So, I guess the real bulk of this that we need to talk about first is the big question, I guess, is what happened. I mean, that's a good place to start, as any, right? So, as many of you know, the last videos I was doing for my channel was Pony Island, which was my Halloween special for 2018. I had a couple plans to do a bunch of other stuff as well. They kind of fell through, and my channel basically did absolutely nothing in 2019. It was as though I was basically a ghost, non-existent. YouTube was nothing for me anymore. That's pretty much the crux of it, I guess, to sum it up, if I had to sum it up in a simple way. Sorry, this is just hard for me to really sort out. My head is, I'll be honest, my head has not been in a good place for quite some time. I've been working on trying to get around that and fix that and do everything I can to keep my spirits high and whatnot. I guess what it mostly boils down to in regards to YouTube is a lack of engagement, I guess. I have said time and time again that YouTube was never about the money for me. It was just a hobby, which is reflected in the fact that my videos, I mean, I wasn't getting enough views or subs to, I didn't have enough subs to really make a profit off YouTube. I never intended for it to be a full-time career or anything like that. I'm not thinking too big and setting my goals way too high, realistically, where some people do this with YouTube. They think it's the end-all be-all solution to all their problems, and yeah, that was never the intent for me. Maybe there's a hope for it at some point in time, but I kept myself pretty grounded in reality that, yeah, there is very little chance it's actually going to happen, so I shouldn't bank on it. But most of my schedule woes over the past couple years have mostly been because of work and life, basically. I mean, I work a full-time job just to try to have money. Since YouTube is not a source of income for me, I've been working on, well, just doing work and doing a full-time job, keeping an income coming in just so I can pay my bills and all that like anyone else would. Been trying to do some graphic design stuff and trying to get into 3D modeling. Been looking into trying to potentially strike out as a voice actor in a sense, I guess, see if that goes anywhere. But I've been trying to keep myself fairly grounded, as this is a hobby for the moment. If it becomes anything bigger, that'd be fantastic. The real crux as to why YouTube stuff stopped is I actually had a plan for Pony Island after I finished the game proper. I guess I had this big idea where I was going to do some kind of like little, when I went to go back, I was going to go back in and get all the missing tickets, show off the secret boss of the game, which that game has been out for a while, so it's really not that much of a secret anymore. But I hit a couple snags with trying to do something extra with that. First off, I was setting aside time to record the video in the first place and getting the motivation to do it. And second of all, it was, I mean, like I said, I hit a couple snags with some plan I wanted to do with it. Kind of add like my own little twist to it and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, I can just leave this be, I guess. I'll go work on other stuff, because at the time I also had the Pokemon Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke going as well. That one, unfortunately, the series is finished as far as uploading it to YouTube at this point. I'm just kind of in a disheartened state to really try to go back to working on it, especially since it has been so long. I will bring up a clip real quick to show basically how it happened. Basically, the run ended at Fantina's gym when I took Rayquaza out of my party to try to get some level grinding on some mons that I thought could potentially be help as backup in case I ever lost Rayquaza, because I was trying to protect it at that point. Even if I did have Rayquaza, though, I don't know if it really would have mattered, because as you can probably see, Fantina actually had her own Rayquaza in her roster. It knew Dragon Dance, and it basically mowed down my entire... Her Rayquaza basically mowed down my entire team, no questions asked. I did kind of end that video, or at least my recording session of it, on a cliffhanger, kind of asking, I still have mons in my box, would you like me to pull out some of those and resume the run? But considering I never really got to releasing that video anyway, and my interest in trying to play that randomizer Nuzlocke has kind of died out, I've just been kind of willing to just let it sit and rot, I guess. But yeah, that Nuzlocke did end in a failure. I consider it a failure, ending at Fantina's gym. And I don't know if I'm going to take another stab at it, just because, I mean, to be honest, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum is where I'm weakest as far as Pokemon's concerned, because those are not games I really played that much. I even flat out think I said in that playthrough that I was kind of blind to what Platinum had to offer. And beyond that, I really didn't have any other plans. I would have loved to have returned to trying to Twitch stream, but that's still off the table because my ISP is kind of dumb right now as I look up at my cable lines. The new cable lines they ran that should have resolved the problems but did not. I'm almost positive they're throttling my connection and basically making Twitch streaming an impossibility for me at this point. Nothing I can really do about that at the moment, though. It's not a simple case of switching because it's something that would have to affect my whole family, and everything else is kind of working all right, so there's no real need to switch, I guess. So, but the real crux of the problem here is, the main reason I kind of stopped is, I was looking back at a lot of the video, like, I'm pretty sure what ultimately became my inconsistent schedule ultimately played into this, but the main reason I kept going with videos for as long as I did was because, I mean, it was entertaining for me, but eventually I kind of realized there's a kind of a lacking engagement. Like, if there's anything I would have wanted out of YouTube more than anything else, it was, I guess, the desire to just have an active community, I guess. Like, not so much like be big enough that, oh, hey, I can make money off YouTube. No, just being able to engage with people, I guess. Like, have people see my work and be willing to interact with me and everything like that. And I never, like, even when my videos were getting, like, earlier when I was more consistent with my schedule, when I was getting a pretty decent amount of views, I still don't feel like I really had that, looking back on everything. So it more became an issue of, I felt like I was putting too much effort into something that I wasn't getting anything out of. And if anyone has ever been in that position, they'll probably tell you how disheartening it feels that you're putting in all this time and effort into something that barely anyone's watching or paying attention to or even bothering with. So that then raises the question of, why have I been doing this in the first place? So that's kind of why I ended up putting YouTube on the shelf for me. It was, I just wanted to be done with it and move on, explore other avenues, I guess, other hobbies that I could dedicate my time to that maybe I would not only would enjoy, but also maybe other people would enjoy if I started sharing what I did, I guess. That then brings us to, I mean, obviously it took me a long time to make this update video to even address this, but now the question, I guess, becomes, why now? Why am I bringing this all up now, like a year and a half later? Why am I suddenly getting this presence back on YouTube again to bother talking about this? it's not exactly something that's entirely my own decision, but it's something I'm willing to do anyway, just because of the fact that I figured maybe one more shot wouldn't be a bad thing. I've had a couple of friends basically talk me into trying to give this one last shot. Primary reason is because I'm not going to give explicit details yet, because obviously I don't want to reveal anything publicly that I'm not supposed to. But the main reason for this is because there may be some, since as you might recall sometime back I ended up merging my old RuppDat channel that was meant for side Pokemon content, not dedicated Let's Plays, into my main RuppDat channel. And I guess, so there may or may not be some Pokemon related content coming in the near future. I did actually invest the money into a new capture card, so I actually do have a means of recording console games again, so it's not just stuff that I'm able to stream via Steam or anything like that, or a ROM or anything like that. So there's that. I do have that capability again, which with Sword and Shield out for Pokemon now. There may be some draft format content that's coming in the very near future. When, I cannot say for sure, because a lot of the Wi-Fi leagues are obviously waiting on Pokemon Home to come out, which, for all I know, but considering the signs I've been seeing by the time this video goes up, because I'm recording this mid-February at this point, it may actually already be out by the time this video goes up, for all I know, depending on how quickly I get everything sorted out with this. I do want to try to take a stab at doing some other stuff as well, just to see where any of that goes, see if maybe I can try to get back to a, I think my approach to this now is going to be, I'm going to try and do the bulk of everything, aside from, maybe if any Pokemon draft format content or anything like that, because obviously that's going to be, kind of have to be on a weekly basis, but more so, if I'm going to go back to doing Let's Plays or anything like that, I think the intent is I'm going to try to maybe get the bulk of an entire series recorded, edited, and all that out of the way. That way all I have to worry about is uploading it and trying to form a consistent schedule out of it. If I go back to something that's kind of consistent, maybe there's a chance I'll be able to get out of YouTube what really the only thing I really would have wanted, which is that engagement, I guess. I mean, I'm hardly a professional by any stretch of the imagination anyway, but if I can get something out of it, who knows where it could go. But I'm willing to give this one last shot. If you guys are willing to give me one more chance, I can't make any promises. I've tried not to make any promises from the get-go with any of this, but maybe this time we'll have something good going for it. We'll see what happens. But that is basically the general gist of this update video. I basically gave up YouTube because I wasn't getting the engagement that I would have liked to counterbalance the effort I was putting into this to begin with. But I'm going to take one more shot at it and see what happens, and we will go from there. So, thank you guys for watching and hearing me just kind of pace back and forth and ramble on. I know that seems kind of awkward, but I think better when I'm just pacing back and forth and just kind of just rambling to myself, I guess, which, if I hold up a video camera to do that, there we go. Or my phone, that works too. But, yeah, that's gonna do it for me, because I'm getting kind of cold because it is mid-February and it's freezing out here. So, thank you guys so very much for watching. I've been RuppDat, and I will see you guys hopefully more often in the very near future, and let's see what happens this time. Take care, guys.